Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a special guest all the way from the Netherlands today. Welcome to the channel, Glenn.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're going to have to pronounce your team name because I can't do it.
Yeah, it's OVC Oldenzaal.
It's very Dutch.
It's very Dutch.
And your footage was on the channel from a couple weeks back, so everyone liked it so much, I decided I wanted to have you on the channel. So thanks for making it on today, and let's dive right into your footage.
Thanks, man. I'm honored.
All right, Glenn, tell me about this race. This is your interclub race again, right?
Yeah, this is the same course I sent you a video already. This is a interclub race. It's a series, so there's a sprint jersey and there's a general classification jersey, and I'm all in for the sprint jersey for this series because I lost the general classification jersey either before in the series.
Yeah, because you had it for a little bit, but then after the last footage that you sent me, you won that race, but then you lost it since then. So now you're after the sprint points jersey, which is every 6 laps. Is that right?
Yeah. In every 6 laps, when we start a race, the first intermediate sprint is at 6 laps, and then it's 12 laps, and then some points are rewarded for the final sprint.
So are you leading the points jersey right now?
Yeah, at this moment I'm leading, and there's some guys in the peloton who are eager to get the green jersey.
So tell me about the course really fast too. This was a course that I've already shown on my channel, but it looks like so much fun. Tell me about this belongs to your club. Is that how that works?
Yeah, this is it's a closed circuit, and it's a property of the club. So yeah, it's all for us at the Tuesday series. There's a little hill. Yeah, we have to cover it every round, so it's about 21 times. And if it's a fast race, then every time you go up that hill really fast, yeah, it counts.
And it's a little bit technical, this course too. It seems like this course has a little bit of everything. I would love to fly out there and race you guys on this course. It looks like so much fun to me.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome. I'll provide you a good lead out.
All right, let's wait. Let's wait for everything to settle down worldwide, and then I'll go out there. So let's what do you think? We just dive right into the footage because there's a lot of action packed in this race. I want to get into it. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay, so we are like 3 minutes into this race, Glenn, and anybody who's watching the tour right now, you know the points jersey usually comes from people who ride off the front, the sprint points jersey. So that's what you're doing right now. You want to join a breakaway, right?
Sure, if I can join a breakaway, that's a lot of less stress for fighting for those points, because maybe there are guys in the break who aren't that committed to the points jersey, and I just can get the points for free.
Yeah, smart. I mean, if you guys watch, like, Sagan is always in the breakaway, and yes, Glenn, I am comparing you to Peter Sagan right now. But Peter Sagan rides the break all the time. It's not because he wants to win the whole race from a breakaway. Of course, he'd prefer that, but what he wants to do is gobble up all of those sprint points, and that's what you're doing right here. So this looks really promising. I mean, I've always said 4 is like the magic number for a breakaway, and you know these guys, right?
Yeah, the moment I rode from the peloton, I saw my brake mates, and I thought, yeah, this is a good composition, and I just put my head down and slammed away. Just committed fully to the brake and tried to make it work.
Committed to it. That's an important point that you make. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people would just get on the back of that group and say, like, okay, I've made the breakaway. Now I have an expectation that people tow me all the way to the finish line, but that's not the way it works in real life, right? What you did is you smashed right to the front and you immediately took a really hard pull to show, hey, guys, I'm willing to work in this breakaway. Let's make this happen. Let's commit to it, because you really have to commit to it for it to be successful, right?
Yeah, if the other guys you see are committed, then everyone starts committing also, and then the brake is just going to ride faster.
Yeah, the opposite is true too, right? Like if one person starts to sit on and not do any work, then other people are going to start to stop taking pulls.
Yeah, especially if they see it's me, then they see if he's on the back, and why is he not working, and why is he not committing? Then I'm going to save my legs also.
Yeah, cool. Well, you guys are rotating really well right here, but that doesn't last forever. So let's fast forward a bit and see how this shakes out. All right, we have fast forwarded just a little bit, and you guys been rotating nicely. And man, look at look at you, Glenn, smash over this hill. This is the hill that you were talking about earlier on. You're not a small rider. You're also not necessarily a big rider, but 800 watts is 800 watts, and doing this every lap just looks so painful to me.
Yeah, it is painful, but you have to, because if you don't smash over this hill, the fresh guys in the peloton are seeing a chance to join or to close the gap. You have to really commit on this climb, and if you don't, then the peloton is coming back. It's also a great opportunity to drop the less strong riders. If you go full gas on the climb every time you cover it, then there's more chance you will be left with more strong riders in the break.
Smart. And speaking of more riders in the break, look at this. It looks like you've been caught by the peloton, but you actually haven't. 3 guys bridged across, because you're not the only one who went hard over that climb, right? 3 other guys found the opportunity to bridge across, and now you went from a group of 4 to a group of 7. And I think a lot of people would think 7, you guys must be going faster than 4, but that's not necessarily true, right?
No, it was bad news, because I thought we were going fast, and these 3 guys are closing the gap. It was bad news. If we were going really fast, then nobody could close that gap and immediately turn in the breakaway and take pulse. So it's a sign for me that it's not going fast enough, and the peloton will be closing the gap.
Yeah, only maybe to 10 seconds now at this point. So if they can see you, it doesn't bode well for your chances to keep a successful breakaway.
No, especially in so early in the race. There's a lot of fresh guys who are willing to jump or close the gap.
Yeah. All right. Let's cut forward a little bit. Okay. So you guys have been caught, Glenn. As a result, you've slowed down. There's no more motivation to ride hard on the front. Look, 23, 24 miles an hour. And you guys know what happens when the speed slows down. I've talked about this a lot on my channel. The big counterattacks come. Boom, there it goes. So this isn't just any normal counterattack. Tell me who's in this group.
Yeah, this is the amateur champion, road champion from the Netherlands. Very strong rider. And he recognized the speed was low and just counted.
And then the guy in the blue jersey, what does the blue jersey represent?
Yeah, blue jersey is the leader in the race in the Omnium race right now.
And then that's important, because what about this guy in front of you now who has picked up the chase? Where does he stand in the overall Omnium?
He's second place, so I have no obligation to chase. It's not up to me.
This is why you guys got to be aware of who's around you. So, Glenn, real smart of you to sit on this guy's wheel, let him chase it back. So let's cut forward again and see what happens next. All right, so we're only like a couple of kilometers later, and this is always like a really uneasy, kind of stressful situation in a race when the breakaway's been caught, the field's all together, there's still 38 Ks left to go, because you know that there's going to be another breakaway attempt, and sure enough, there it goes. It just kind of weasels off the front, like kind of unassuming, but it's a good timing, right? It's the same guy in the blue jersey, the Omnium leader. They waited for this technical section, and then they just hit it really hard over this hill. So what's going through your mind right now, Glenn?
Yeah, I thought those are not a threat directly for my points jersey, so it's not up to me to chase this break. The guy in front of me here, he's chasing and he's going to the break, but I have no obligation, so I let him ride, and nobody's taking over, so it's not up to me to ride to the break. There's more people who are close in the general classification, so let them chase.
Let the amateur national champ chase right here in front of you.
Sure, you want to win the race, so
let him chase. Yeah, and let's not forget, Glenn is going for the points competition, and again, another smart move. Those guys who rolled off the front, not a threat for your sprint competition. So let them go. Let these other people chase, and you can fight out the sprint points later. Speaking of which, let's cut forward and watch the first sprint point competition. All right, we are 6 laps into this race, which means that there's sprint points on offer. But with a group of 4 off the front, there's only 1 point on offer. But Glenn, you're going for it. So tell me what's going on right now.
Yeah, you have to commit. If you want to win the points jersey, then you have to commit to every point there's available. So the buddy in front of me, he's leading me out. He told me to get his wheel and just sprint for that 1 point. You see here I'm closing the inside, so nobody can come into the inside, and I can get a fair sprint for that 1 point. I didn't want to have to commit fully to it, But as you can see, I had to because there was one rider on my wheel was all close in the points classification, so I had to really commit to the sprint.
And you barely got it. It looked like it was just a few centimeters.
Yeah, it was really close.
And for the Americans out there, a few centimeters is like a couple of inches, just to clarify.
Yeah, yeah, but I got the point, so that's what counts.
Yeah, I like that you took the you occupied the inside lane there just to make sure that nobody comes up underneath you. And let's fast forward to 12 laps into this race. We'll talk about the next sprint competition.
Yeah.
All right, 12 laps in, the next sprint competition. The group of 4 is still off the front. One more point on offer, and this is again your friend, right? You owe him a beer, Glenn.
Yeah, I told him to go a long sprint because a fast guy was in my wheel, and I didn't know if I could catch him, and so I told my buddy to go long and keep the speed high, and I only had to do a 5 to 10 second sprint, and it worked. I got it.
Yeah, I mean you're still popping off close to 1,300 watts here, which
Yeah.
which always hurts, but you have to get that point because is it the same guy behind you, the same guy that's challenging your sprint competition jersey?
No, this is a guy who, it's a mountain biker, and he didn't challenge me for the green jersey. He just wanted to sprint me. So yeah.
He just wanted to steal those points so you don't get them.
No, he just wanted to sprint me. He's coming back from injury, and he's just training. He just wanted to sprint. So fair enough, but I got the point.
Yeah. Cool. Well, good work on that one too, and let's fast forward one more time and check out how the end of this race plays out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. 2,400 meters to go. We are approaching 1 lap to go, and the brake has been caught. So this is field sprint for the win. And Glenn, obviously you want to win the race, but you also want win the competition for the points jersey. So you're extra motivated to be up here in the mix. And this is one of the messiest field sprints. I love this. So I want you to talk us through this now that we're coming through 1 to go.
No matter how high the speed is, it's always riders passing you through the grass and on every part of the circuit. So you have to be very alert that you maintain your position in the front. You can here see that I'm already in 10th place or something. So you have to be up in that front.
And this isn't the sprint finish, you guys. He's just doing 1,200 watts just to maintain contact over this hill. That's how fast they're going. And you told me, Glenn, that you're more of a time trialist, but honestly, I was pretty impressed with how you navigated this field because this isn't for everybody. This is a special skill. Being in the top 10, top 5 in a messy field sprint without a lead out is always really challenging, and you'll see why in here in a second because it's gonna get real messy, and you do a good job of maintaining your position and not letting yourself get boxed in or get pushed out wide into the wind. I feel like you do a good job of holding that wheel.
Yeah, it's the wheel of my buddy here that I want to maintain because he's the fastest sprinter of the bunch, and I want to be in his wheel. That's ensuring me of a good position in the sprint. He knows how to navigate through the sprint, and yeah.
And it looks like there's riders on the front right now who don't want it to be a field sprint, namely the race leader. The Omnium leader is at the front right now just smashing away because he doesn't want there to be a field sprint, right?
Well, it's actually the Dutch champion, so he's trying to attack to get separation, but yeah, it's the first time he races this course. It's maybe he doesn't exactly get the dynamic of this course, because if he just saved his legs for 500 meters to go, then just attack, then yeah, he had a better chance to win.
As a sprinter myself, I would say that inside of 1 kilometer to go, it's really hard, especially with long flat roads like this, to get away and stay away. That's a Fabian Cancellara move that not a lot of people are capable of. But look how tight it is now. And you get a little bit boxed in right here, and I think this is one critical moment that I wanted to bring up is right here. This moment right here, this guy on the right pushes you out wide. In all fairness, that guy looks like he's about 250 pounds. So
That's huge.
pushes you out wide, and it scrubs off maybe 2 miles an hour from your speed.
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference because now you're in this gap, and when you're going 35 miles an hour and you're not in a draft, this really stings. So you just need to sprint immediately, but maybe those earlier points jersey sprints finally caught up with you, and you end up with like a 5th place or a 6th place result?
Yeah, somewhere around. I thought it was 5th. Not good enough, and my position wasn't wasn't that good. If you look at the sprinter, my buddy, he won the race. So if I just kept this wheel, I got a lot closer with only 900 watts.
So I talked a whole lot. Let's go back one more time, and I want you to kind of share your perspective because I didn't really let you talk about what was going on there. Let's try one more time. All right, 600 meters to go. Glenn, take it away. What's going on?
Yeah, there's an attack here, and that forces me to respond, and I get a bit boxed in. I got the wheel from a sprinter buddy here, but I get boxed in, and they are pushing me to the outside, so I lose the wheel, and the big guy on the right here pushes me in the grass almost, and that's right where I lose a lot of speed and basically lose the sprint, because if you're here on a gap, then yeah, it's lost because the front guys are like already 40 meters ahead of you, and you're never going to close the gap.
But you still pop off a decent sprint. It just wasn't quite the same as your points sprints, and also that little bit of a gap. Because I think if you were on your buddy's wheel, then you could have had a good shot. He ended up taking it, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's really good at it, at navigating through those sprints and winning it with this snappy sprint.
Hey, it was nice having you on the channel, Glenn. Thanks for taking the time, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And if you're interested, I got a load more racing files to share with you.
Oh, I'm definitely interested. I had a lot of fun talking with you. If you guys want to see more of Glenn too, then hey, tell you what, vote by giving this video a thumbs up, and we'll have Glenn back on if it gets enough thumbs ups and comments. So just let us know what you guys are looking for, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, see you guys.